Hi, good good morning. Welcome to the Body, Mind, Spirit Power Hour with my co-host, Mary Baxter. Good morning, Mary. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So cool to finally be online. We've had so many technical issues. I'm really excited that I'm able to be here today.
Yeah, I'm
Wonderful.
glad.
Well, I want to make sure everything is running smoothly. So maybe you would like to start off by playing the bowls for a minute or two. We'll check and just
Sure.
make sure everything is running on the site.
Okay. So, thanks to everyone who is watching, either live now or later if you're watching this as a recording. To just take a pause and set sacred space for our time together. All right. Are we
Oh,
ready?
thank you, Mary. That was beautiful. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Everything seems to be working. I just like everybody who's watching. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to enter a little comment in the comment box below and just let us know that you can see the video and it's streaming smoothly for you.
Deborah?
Just check and let us know if you can hear the audio, that thing.
Yeah, Deborah, did you
Yes,
just
Mary?
put on a headset or something?
No, I'm trying to get the show to stop playing in the background. It
I don't
keeps
hear it in the
playing. I'm sorry, what?
I said I don't hear anything in the background.
Oh,
So,
all right, yeah, I had a lot of interviews in the background. All right, well, if everybody's watching the show, I see we have a couple of viewers this morning. If you could just take a moment to scroll down a little bit and post your, just let us know that you can see us. Is the audio running clearly? Is the video running clearly? Just let us know that the show is live and active so we can continue moving forward. So if you could leave us a little note, that would be great. All right, while we're waiting for the response, because there's actually a 1-minute delay what we say and what shows up on the screen for them. So while we're waiting for the response, we could go ahead and introduce the show a little bit more clearly. This show is presented to you from Wellness
hey,
Organization.
Deborah, I just want to say that while we were, getting ready before the show, your audio was perfect. So if you've done something, um, I did, that's why I asked if you had put in a microphone or something, because now your audio is really choppy.
No, that's exactly the same as before. I had the same microphone on when I was talking to you earlier, so
Okay.
it's the same thing. Yeah, if everybody else is having trouble hearing too, just a second. Okay, it looks like at least one person can and see, so, I guess we could go ahead and continue. And can you hear me at all, or is it the
Yes,
same problem?
I can hear you. There's just intermittent losing your voice, and
Okay.
so it's nicer when it's smoother. But if you haven't changed anything, we should just go ahead and see if it all irons out.
Okay, wonderful. I'll hope it'll get more smooth as we move forward.
All right.
Well, as I was saying, this show is brought to you by Feronia Wellness Organization, which is a nonprofit holistic health group. And our desire through creating this to share with you information, tools, tips, techniques, things to help you to make the body, mind, spirit connection. So if you're looking to improve, improve your life physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, maybe you're looking to change your finances or pretty much just anything in your life, we'd love to give you some tools and some abilities to be able to help make those connections and open those energies. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. And today we're going to be talking about how to care for your chakras. Now, last show, which was actually 2 weeks ago, Mary had a whole lot of chakras. She gave us a whole lot of insights and a lot of knowledge of the chakra system. So if you are not familiar with chakras, I would recommend going into our archives and taking in Mary's video. A lot of information. You would be able to do that if you go to our site at Feronia Wellness, where you are right now, and you just click on the left. There's a listing for free webinars and videos. So if you just do that, Mary's video will show up for you, so you can check out the wonderful information about chakras. But today we're going to talk a little bit about chakra care. So how to take care of, like basically Mary, last time she covered a lot of information about what are chakras, and I think you covered a lot of the function of each chakra too, didn't you, Mary?
Yeah, that's what I was mainly focusing on. And I think, with Deborah's choppy audio, what she was saying is the previous show to this one, which was 2 weeks ago, that hour-long video, that recording is there, and it's got extensive information about each of the chakras, energies, on the body, mind, and spirit levels, because these are the subtle organs that really connect our physical world, our third dimensional existence, physical body, with the spiritual levels of being. And so that information is on that show. There's also a number of videos. I have a series of videos on the chakras, an introduction, and then a video devoted to each chakra. Each is about 10 to 15 minutes long. And if you email me, you can be put on a list and receive each of those videos. So that would be great. You can email me at marysclearings@yahoo.com, mary@integralakashic.com, or mary@marysclearings.com. Lots of emails. So I'd love to hear from you and get those videos to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Mary. I tried shutting off the video to see if that helps the audio improve at all. Does the sound?
The audio is perfect now.
Okay, good. Good. Maybe I just, maybe they haven't done the full upgrade yet for the Wi-Fi at my place, so that could be the problem. All right, wonderful.
It's a good way to proceed, and your picture is beautiful. So.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. It looks to me like I'm just checking with our viewers to see if we have any questions or any comments coming up. It sees, basically they said to copy on the, and that they can see us, but they had to refresh a little bit to get going. So it looks like it's functioning, and maybe if I just keep the video off on my end, that my audio will stay clear enough for everybody to hear.
Great.
Well, I'd love to share some tips and some actual exercises. I was hoping to have some kind of little doll or something this morning, but my morning's been a little bit chaotic. So I'd love a few tips and some things to help people to understand how to take care of their chakras. Would you like to start, Mary? Do you have a list of things to share today, or do you want me to begin?
I'd start with one thing, which to me is the easiest. No tools, nothing needed outside of yourself. Here you are, you've got your chakras, and you have your hands. And in the palm of each hand is a powerful chakra in each palm. Now, these are not the 7 primary chakras, which are centered in the spine. But this is part of, we have many, many other chakras that are in our bodies. And the palm chakras are very, very key. So, for example, Reiki. in Reiki, we're bringing the Reiki energy in, and then it is coming out of our palm chakras, and that's the interaction that we'll have with an individual that we're sharing Reiki with. Well, we can rub our hands together to just generate some warmth, activate the palm chakras, and place our hands on our chakras. So, on the root chakra, like right now I'm sitting, so I put my hand in my lap, and then I could put my, I would put my right hand on the chakra and my left hand over it. And you could listen to music, some kind of toning, a guided meditation, and move your hands sequentially up the chakra so that each receives the healing energy that you are bringing through to bring energy and healing to the chakras just through using your palms, the palms of your hands. So that's a lovely one, I think, to begin with. Deborah?
I agree 100%, Mary. I am a strong believer in self-healing. I feel like, it's something we can all be doing on a regular basis just to bring balance to ourselves. And I do every morning do my heart chakra for sure.
Oh.
And, sometimes I'll do the other chakras as well. Sometimes the crown, the root, the solar plexus, whatever I feel like I need. But I do the heart chakra every day for definite sure. So yeah, I feel like self-healing and basically understanding that we have the power to be able to make a shift within ourselves. A lot of times we think like the power is out there beyond us, and to remember like we are naturally balancing systems. Your system will gravitate toward health and balance if you just give it the tools that needs to do so. And doing a little bit of self-healing, a little bit of even if you're not Reiki, you can still balance your energy field,
Totally. I'm thinking how if you hurt yourself, you naturally want to hold, like if I hurt my wrist, I want to hold it. And, like when you're little and you get a boo-boo and your mom is like, oh, let me kiss it. That contact. And the chakras themselves are such an indicator of the ability to self-heal, that connectedness. And I think a lot of times we forget that because we're not really, we're not in a culture that in general is supporting that idea. You need to heal or fix something, you have to go to somebody else and, in the conventional system, get pills, get a prescription, get something like that. Yet we can do so much to heal ourselves prior to needing anything like that. And the chakras that's what they do. They really are interactive, and they're not, it's not as dramatic, perhaps, as a chemical, and boom, some kind of instant reaction, and yet it's all subtle. So it takes a little while, but if you get into these habits, like to get up every morning and put your hands on your heart chakra, you are communicating all this love to the universe that is in this part of your energy system, as well as indicating to Creator, to your angels and guides and the universe, that you are accepting and receiving love and need it. And so it's quite a communication that is very healing.
I agree 100%. And some things I'd like to share too. There are actually a series of exercises, physical exercises, and a lot of people are real surprised when I tell them about physical exercises, because they say, oh, well, I just think of the chakras as being energy. Like, I don't think of them as being something we can actually exercise with our physical bodies. But the reality is that your body, your emotions, your mind, your spirit, they're all running on the same system. so that when you put your, spiritual awareness or your spiritual intention, toward your physical being or your physical life, that's where you can really make the big shifts, and really make the big changes. So the exercises that that I was hoping to show everyone today, but unfortunately I don't have a diagram or a doll or anything, so I'm just going to explain them. And for people who have been with me during some of the energy baths and some of the, the group healing work that I do, we do these exercises a lot in the beginning, because once you open up your chakra system, and you make sure all of your chakras are open, and flowing, it's so much easier to absorb, any healing energy. It's kind of less work, to receive it. So one of the first exercise to open up the root chakra is to keep your feet a little further than shoulder width apart. And it's really simple. You just rock your hips back and forth, side to side, and then you do full clockwise circles as far as you can comfortably, stretch the hips. So just move the hips in those counterclockwise circles. That first opens up the root chakra to release any negative energy, you know. So again, you just keep your feet about 6 inches beyond shoulder width apart, and then move your hips back and forth, side to side, counterclockwise, and then move them clockwise. The counterclockwise is to release any blockages, and the clockwise is to open up and really expand the energy in that area. You do that same exercise, move your feet in to be shoulder width apart, and do the same thing, back and forth, side to side, counterclockwise, and then clockwise. That's the second chakra, so that you're able to kind of open up and, really express yourself in that way. When we move up to the solar plexus, the third chakra, anybody who has ever done squats, basically the exercise looks a lot like a squat. You can hold a chair if you need to, put your hand on the wall, whatever you need to balance, but you want to just, kind of focus in on the solar plexus area, and then just lower your body to the ground, just as close as you can comfortably get. Some people go all the way to the floor, and just breathe into it. Some people just kind of lower down, bend their knees a little, whatever's comfortable for your body. But encourage yourself to, to go down as low as you can. And that will help to open the third chakra. The heart chakra is, one of my most favorites. That's the one I work every day. But the heart chakra, basically the best exercise you can do to open, physical exercise you can do to open the heart chakra, is to reach your arms all the way up and then stretch them completely behind, reaching your heart up to the heavens, up to the sky. So just kind of like lifting your arms all the way up to the ceiling and then letting them fall down behind you. So your hands kind of will end up being, like shoulder width or whatever, because you're stretching them back as far as you can.
Me, Deborah, like this?
Hold on. Let me. Oh, I'm not sure. Yes, stretch them all the way up, and then
Do
if
you
you
bend your elbows, or is it more of a
can
back?
keep them. Yes, very good. There you go.
Okay.
Stretching the heart up to the sky. Thank you, Mary. I never thought to ask you to
Yes.
do it.
I never thought of physical exercises like this for the chakras. This is new to me. I'm taking notes. I love it. Cool.
Oh, thank you.
I'm always
Um,
so out there.
well,
Uh,
and I think that
Good.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's just great. Continue, please. Sorry.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Mm. To open the throat chakra, you want to do the neck exercises just like the hip exercises. You'll just, your head will go forward, backward, and then lean it to the side, lean it to the other side. And then you do the neck rolls. Just counterclockwise neck rolls first to release any blockages, and then clockwise neck rolls to open the energy and increase the flow in that area. So just like you see Mary doing, That's exactly what you'll want to do. And just go to what your body's comfortable with, but encourage yourself to stretch it. You
Oh,
know, like you want to give yourself a little encouragement to stretch as far as you comfortably can, but not far enough that you cause yourself any pain or discomfort.
yeah.
Okay, so that will do the fifth chakra. And then we're moving up to the third eye, which is the sixth chakra. And, the thing to do is you can, basically with your eyes closed, you look all the way to the left, all the way to the right, all the way up, and all the way down. So it's just kind of a real simple eye movement that opens up the third eye. I tend to encourage people to stay with their eyes in the upward position for as long as they comfortably can, because that sets your brain into theta state and it really helps your whole system to reprogram. So if you're looking to be peace or be joy, or be blissed, or have any kind of healing happen anywhere in your system, when you want to reprogram, the best thing to do is to get the brain ready for it, because the brain tells the body how to run everything else. So you put your eyes, close your eyes and look all the way up to the ceiling, hold it for as long as you can, and let your brain really sink into theta state, so that as you're doing any healing work, or even as you're just trying to receive messages from your angels and guides, or just kind of reprogram your system to run in a healthier way, that's one of the first steps to take. So the side to side, the up and down, and to hold the eyes in the upward position. Then to open the crown chakra, it's a very simple thing. You just take the palm of your hand, like what Mary showed earlier, using the palm chakras, using that vibration, and you just draw all the way around your crown a clockwise circle. So you can put it on your head actually if you like, or you can just, yeah, just like Mary's doing. You can lay your palm right on your head to draw it, or if you don't want to mess up your hair, you can do it just above. The other thing you can do is to be inverted. So if you are in shape enough to do a headstand or to do a handstand, that is an awesome way to open the crown chakra. Even if you just kind of hang over the edge of your bed or over the edge of a sofa, just to kind of get your head inverted and get your body in a little bit, of an inversion, that still helps a lot. Also, some people have inversion tables that you can just, hang yourself completely upside down. Or I think there are some really cool yoga trapeze things, and other really cool tools you can use to invert your body. But any kind of inversion will also open the crown chakra. In fact, they say that sages, I happen to be a tarot card reader. That's one of the things that I do. And one of the cards is called the Hanged One. And in the card, you see the hanged person, man or person or whatever, is hanging upside down from the tree. Because what the sages and the mystics used to do is climb up into a tree and tie themselves up, by one foot, and just hang in the tree until they got enlightenment. So if there was a problem with themselves, with the tribe, or with anything going on that they couldn't get an answer to, they would hang upside down in the tree until that crown chakra popped open and they got all the clarity and all the information they needed. Then they'd climb down out of the tree and say, I have the answer now, I've got the clarity. And so just being in an inverted pose really helps to open the crown chakra, helps to connect you, with source. It's a beautiful exercise. So those are the physical exercises that I use, and the ones that I share with people when we do energy clearings. And hopefully it would be helpful to you guys too.
There's Thoth Jack the Hanged Man.
Perfect. Thank you.
I think in one of our shows, I'm sure of it, Sandra Margolis had this card had come up for one of the shows. Very interesting.
Wow, yeah. Well, wonderful. So I'd like to take a moment to invite our audience to ask questions. Mary and I would like to offer some information to you on whatever it is that that you need to know regarding care for your chakras today. So if you have any questions about chakra care, if you could scroll down the screen a little bit and just post them in the chat room. We'd love to include them on the show. We like this to be an interactive experience so that we are able to provide you with information you came to find out about. So please let us know. Just pop your questions or your comments into the chat room below, and Mary and I will be able to take care of that.
Great.
Well, thank you. What I'd like to do, Mary, while we're here, is maybe post a link to the last video that you did. So maybe I may have to do that at the end of the show because I'm a little afraid of causing some difficulties by opening too many screens on the computer.
Yes, don't do that.
Yeah. So is there anything that you'd like to add while we're waiting for questions to come in? Is there anything you'd like to share?
I had made a list of different things that I find interesting. And, of course, I do my own thing with the chakra rings. This is a set of 7 rings. They look like this. And, oops, there. Is that a pretty good view? And these are 7.
It's a great view.
7 quartz crystal spheres. I love, 7, it doesn't have to be 7, but it works really well, and we're thinking of the 7 chakras. It's a wonderful number. And I string them. This is hand spun silk because I'm a hand spinner and I have this kind of stuff. So I think it's great. You could use anything. I sell these through my website. It's $100 for a set of 7, and but you can make these yourself. And in one of my chakra videos, I think the one that's on the 2nd chakra, there's some directions for doing it. But if you're handy at all, you just want to go out and get the finest quartz crystal spheres, beads that you could find. And what that means is they wouldn't have a lot of inclusions. You want something clear, but that doesn't mean it can't have any. And string them, and then you can do it for the cost of 49 quartz crystal spheres, which can vary. I mean, of course, the more beautiful and wonderful they are. I was in Mount Shasta a few months ago at a crystal store, and I saw the most beautiful, clear quartz crystal spheres, and they were $2.50 each. So 49 of them, of course, is even costing more than the $100 that these are. And what you can do, you can use one and place it, on the root chakra. And like with the palms of your hands, you just keep moving up the chakras and, leaving it for 3 to 5 minutes. And what this does is the quartz crystal energy both draws in life force energy, and this is what we're wanting to do for the chakras, right? That's the chakra food, is life force energy, not pizza. It's energy that really enhances and brings in light and life force energy. The other thing about clear quartz crystal is this is a white ray stone, and the white ray holds all 7 color rays and in balance. So, each of the chakras is associated with a primary color ray that enters through that chakra. And so using quartz crystal brings that balance. How much red ray is needed at the root chakra, yellow ray at the solar plexus, indigo at the sixth or intuitive chakra. And then another way, I'm using one, and I'm not going to lay down and do this whole thing, but you can use all seven. The strings are. They make it easy to work with. And you just start placing them on. So, with a pillow behind your bed, behind your head when you're laying for the root chakra, and then you just proceed to place them on each chakra, and of course they'll stay there for 20 to 30 minutes. You could put them on at night when you go to bed, and so for however long you're laying on your back, great. You roll over, they come off, nothing is damaged, and you're sleeping with this tremendous energy of crystal spheres, bringing in life force energy. The cool thing about using seven is that when you're using one, you're doing one chakra at a time. When you use all seven, not only are you bringing in life force energy and balancing each chakra, you're balancing each chakra with every other chakra. And so it's bringing total balance to the entire system, which is it's terrific. It really, really makes a difference. I, had been making these but not using them. You know how you can just like have stuff, and because you have it, you think it's working or something like that. And I was doing a class with a friend of mine and realized, okay, so, all these people are using these rings and having this experience. Why aren't I doing it every day? And I began just, doing it every day, every other day, and you experience a shift. And so it's a really neat thing to do.
I love so much of what you said, Mary. First of all, I loved the analogy of energy as food for our chakras. Like that was awesome because it is exactly what it is. It's exactly what our system needs, and I sometimes laugh that I'm a white light junkie. Like I love the white light, can't get enough of it, And to think about that as though you're nurturing and nourishing your system with that white light just by, laying these on, laying your intention, laying the rings on your body and, beginning. I think that's just, I love that. And one of the things that came up while you were talking about the rings is how cool would it be to have a friend or a partner that could lay those rings on the back side of your body too,
Yeah.
Because it's wonderful to work the front chakras, but it's very wonderful to work the back chakras as well. So to have those rings laid down your spine, and laid, on the base of your skull and through your chakras out the back, I think that would be really a wonderful, wonderful experience too. Kind of like,
It is. Yeah, and one of the ways to look at this, though, if you don't have that going on, and someone else to, okay, not like getting a massage, and first the front and then the back, but the energy of the crystals will move to the apex in the spine, and then it will radiate its energy both ways. So you're not missing out on nourishing and repatterning the backs of the chakras if you are, doing the placements on the front.
okay, wonderful. That is good to know.
Yeah, it's because it's energy, I mean, it's going to move where you need it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. We did have a question come in, Mary, so I want to share that real quickly. It came in from Stu. He's asking if there are certain issues that we want to deal with. Do you focus in on a particular chakra or do you just work all the chakras? And if so, is there a convenient place to learn what each chakra relates to, what issues, and how to work out those issues?
Oh, I want to answer that.
Okay.
So the last video, the last show, that show addresses those issues, you know, for each chakra. What are the energies? What are we looking at? And then the video program that I have, which is 8 videos, actually the 6th and 7th haven't been sent, emailed yet, but they're finished and can come out. So you might want to email me to have those sent to you. But that information is specifically why I made those videos and what I'm talking about. And then you know, you can have a chakra reading, and you probably do some particular kind of reading, Deborah. Actually, I use the pendulum, and in a chakra reading, I'll just go over each chakra, the root chakra, the front and back of the 2nd through the 6th, and the crown chakra, and I will get a picture of exactly how that chakra is spinning. Is it clockwise? Is it counterclockwise? Explaining what that means. You know, a counterclockwise spinning chakra is wanting to close. It's like it's spitting out any energy that could enter the energy system or that chakra if it was spinning in a clockwise or open direction. And so that tells us there's something going on in our energy field, whether it's our physical body, people that we're interacting with, interdimensional experiences that we might not be cognizant, might not be aware of. But you can see all of that. And, you know, if the chakra is closed, you are only putting information, your energy information, out into the universal field, and that's what you're going to get back. It's like, this is the amazing definition of projection. And so if you're only putting information out as a clockwise turn, doesn't allow any in, everything you're interpreting about other people or situations is really a projection of your internal world. And so a reading can do that for you, or you could come up with your own ways of getting that information. And I tend, if I don't have exact information, I say do them all. This is not hard, you know, to treat all of your chakras. And, you know, another way to do this, say you don't want to, you know, lay down with crystal rings and so forth, is you could make a necklace out of the same type of crystal. These, I use 8mm stones in mine, but you could wear that. You could wear, if you encircle your neck with these crystals, they are going to be reading all of your energy information. And what happens is the crystal then moves your information, your energy, through its matrix and transforms it, and then sends it out into your energy field, body, mind, and spirit, in a new frequency. And this is how you can build greater and greater health with all of the chakras. So if you don't know specifically what it is, it's like my idea with energy healing is that I like the energy to tell me what needs to be done, rather than me going, oh, wow, breakup, you know, breakup, heartbreak, we need to work on the heart chakra. But in fact, in doing the energy reading, we may find out, like, yeah, the heart is where you're feeling it, but what it really is a back of the 2nd chakra issue about control in relationships, or it's a back of the 5th chakra issue of free choice, free will, and allowing others to control it, or the front of the 5th chakra because I can't express myself, I'm blocked in that way. Or it may have to do with the intuitive chakra and an interdimensional interference that's blocking proper intuition. So it's a very, very complicated way of looking at things if you make it that way. And at the same time, it's very general because you can treat the whole chakra system and not worry about all of those details and still experience the effects. What do you think, Deborah?
I agree 100%, Mary. In fact, I was thinking of that earlier, exactly what you said. As the question came in, I was thinking the same thing, that even if you research, and you find out, okay, well, heartbreak and, heart chakra, like that's what I need to work on, there are so many layers to our experiences, that we have in our lifetime that are so tied to, our previous experiences or previous lifetimes.
Yeah.
And so, what might appear to be a, quote, heart chakra issue may very well be tied to another chakra. And I love what you said and how you offered that. And then also the use of the pendulum, is a pretty simple thing that most people can do, even on their own, just to, check your own chakras. So, Stu, you may sit with your pendulum and just ask, what chakra is this tied to? Is this tied to my first chakra, my fourth chakra? And just ask your pendulum to reveal to you, or ask your energy field to reveal through your pendulum, basically, just to ask it to be revealed to you of what chakras you need to work on in relation to that issue. And I think that it can come up either through using a pendulum, using dowsing, and some people just straight intuit that feeling. They just ask their spirit guides, guardian angels, what chakras do I need to work on related to this issue? And just, whatever your first impulse answer is usually the right one. So if you say, like, what is the one I need to, and you hear 1 and 3, well then okay, that's usually the right one. Once we think about it for a minute or two, then we've engaged the, conscious thought process, which, kind of keeps us from feeling what spirit is really bringing through for us. So I would say, you can either dowse, for a response of which chakras you need to work, or you can just intuit and ask your angels, say, which ones do I need? And then trust whatever that first impulse was. If you felt 2 and 4, there's no healing to your system that's ever going to be a bad thing, So if you do 2 and 4, and then you find out the next day, well, I did 2 and 4 yesterday, and today I need to do 1 and 7, then fine, continue changing it up until the issue is cleared up for you. So what do you think about that, Mary? Does that make sense to you too?
Yeah, completely. I think that, well, I think anybody who knows me in my work knows that I'm just crazy about the pendulum. I think it's so useful. And it will, I mean, just that because the chakras spin, what could illustrate the appearance of a chakra? As well as a pendulum. It's one of these things that allows us to receive answers, receive visual confirmation. It's a wonderful tool. So you can absolutely do that for yourself. And the only issue that most people will have in doing that is exactly what you're saying. Accept it. Accept the answer and use it and see what happens, rather than going like, well, no, I've just had this heartbreak and I'm getting, it's my root chakra. No, it can't be that, I don't like that. It's just, then you're getting in your own way. A lot of spiritual information requires faith.
Yes.
So.
Absolutely. And I love what you said about people, about us getting in our own way. It's one of my favorite things to, to think about, is how we often just kind of block using our conscious thoughts, our judgments, our, like, basically just, using our ego, whatever it may be. But we a lot of times will block our own healing process. I know I do it. I talk to people who've done it, and or you come up and you say, oh, well, it looks like this is related to, this issue. And people say, oh, I've already worked on that issue. I'm done with that. Well, if you were done with it, your body and your emotions and your energy would not be still showing it.
Mhm.
So if
But
it's
that kind of more means I don't want to look at that.
right, right, I've looked at it enough times and I don't want to keep looking at it.
Mhm. Which
But
is excavating. It's like that's a sign that that's exactly what you need to do. And, working with energy, particularly using the gemstone energy, using subtle energies, like I also, probably mentioned, like this is a formula. If you can see it, it's mine. It says Mary. And I made this October 31st, 2013. I still have a little bit left. I've even made one for my pup, Francesca. This is hers because our animal companions, of course, respond to subtle energy also. So this is a formula, and it includes that it's made for my chakras. It also includes emergency trauma solution, which would be comparable to like why you would buy a Bach flower rescue remedy, only this is specifically for me and my energy system, my chakras, my body, mind, spirit, everything about me. And it's a combination of flower essences, which are so ethereal, made from the petals of flowers, and then gemstone elixirs made from, stones that have the most solid, stable matrix of anything on this planet. And I do a reading that includes going through, I use Paralandra flower essences, and then also some other flower essences that people have given to me. You could use any flower essences that you choose, just research it. And, I test this full set of flower essences and a full set of my gemstone elixirs just using my pendulum. And I'm touching each bottle to see what do I need, which energies are correct for me for the next quarter, 3 months, and to achieve the things that I have in mind, to achieve the things that I don't have in mind, but Spirit has in mind for me, and I have yet to understand or figure them out. My physical healing, my chakra balancing, should I experience a trauma, like get a phone call and hear something really intense, or get bumped on the street while driving, and the kinds of things where you get this almost like it feels like it's a shock, though. And so what these flower essences do is repair the electrical system where it breaks, where it gets shorts in a traumatic situation. Flower essences that's their purpose. It's like the medical purpose of flowers for people is for humans and animals are these essences, and then the gemstones have their particular healing things. So I don't go with, I'm thinking of Stu, I don't design the formula mentally like, okay, my heart hurts, I'm going to use ruby because it carries the red ray. I let the energies find each other, and then I put that, there could be 5, there could be 10 or 15 constituents that go. I read how many drops are needed, and then I finish it off with purified water. And then I determine how many drops do I need a day. This particular one was 2 drops, so it's going to last a long time, even though it's like a 1/2 ounce bottle. So this is another way that I particularly use that encompasses everything, and I love that. And it could be done specifically for chakra balancing. Another thing that people really like for the chakras is the toning. You might go to someone who works with tuning forks, and so they're using a frequency, a sound vibration, and using that to balance the chakras. Another one that I think is so interesting is young living oils. It's a therapeutic grade essential oil, and they have a raindrop therapy. And so specific oils are dropped along the spine, which is where the chakras are centered. And these oils also impact the energy and the system. And I'm a red ray person. My strength ray coming into this lifetime is the red ray, which means the earth. Also, my energy training between lifetimes is Archangel Oriel's realm of compassion and earth magic healing. And so I have this deep interest, this resonance with how do we use the earth, which is what we're made of. We know this. We're made out of the same elements, molecules of earth. How we interact with those, because they heal us. And if you think of yourself as a human being, how you treat the earth, and how as a whole human species, how we are treating the earth is also a major, major aspect of our own health and where we're at on the spectrum of healing. Okay.
That's wonderful. No, I agree. I love everything that you said, and I was introduced to flower essences years ago when I began, talking to my angels and guides. Out of the blue, they came forward and told me, I was in the middle of a reading, and they said, tell this person they need, I think it might have been rock rose or cherry plum or something. I don't even remember what it was. And I was like, cherry plum, what is that? I had no idea what it was. So I gave the information to the person, and then, of course, I had to start researching and find out, what is this information, my angels are talking about? And, it's really cool to explore and understand, the connection between our emotional healing and our spiritual being and, our mind and our body and everything. And I really got to see, so much from, that experience. And my guides will sometimes drop in and say, this person could use this, and let them know to go get it. Sometimes it's an herb, and sometimes it's a flower essence. And I think we could probably do a whole nother show, about all of that stuff too. But I think this has given people a lot of information about how to care for your chakras and what you can do, to bring healing to your chakras, to release any blockages in your chakras. I think that, I think we've shared a whole lot of information with people today. So.
And I love doing this with you. This is so fun. I'm learning from you. I like it.
And I think it's that we both have a little something different, to bring to the show every week. It's been really fun that way. I'd like to give everybody one last chance. If you have any questions or anything that you'd like to ask of Mary and I, I'd like to give you one last invite to scroll down below in the chat room and just post your questions or information or comments or whatever there, and Mary and I will be able to check that out. Meanwhile, I would like to let everybody know that we have a tarot card special running for the month of February. We have a couple of wonderful tarot card readers that are available in our Get a Consult section. And so in the same, right on the Fronia website, after we're done with the show, if you just click the little tab next to the chat lounge tab, it says Get a Consult. and you'll see there are a few tarot card readers that are available this month to offer readings for only $5. So it's just a one card reading, so it's not as in depth as some of the bigger readings, but we've got several readers available that will be offering that special throughout the month of February. So for anybody watching the show today, anybody who watches it in the future, know that that'll be available all the way through the end of this month. And I think I'd like to give away a prize. We haven't given anything away in a little while, so I think it would be fun to do that. I am going to go check the prize box and see what might be fun to give away today. So I guess I'm watching the comments box. It doesn't look like we have any other questions at this time, Mary. I don't see anything. Said thank you for the awesome info. So just wanted to share that. I know you are not able to see the chat room from where you are. So I would like to give away a gift to someone today, and unfortunately, I don't have anything chosen right now. So draw a name from our mailing list, and meanwhile, it looks like Mary stepped aside for a little bit. Meanwhile, I will check out some gifts. It looks like we only have a couple people in the chat room, so since there's only 2 of you here, you each have a 50% chance of winning today. So let me take a peek and see what we can give away. I think that the prize box is a bit of a distance and it might take some digging. So I'd be happy to just give away today a 10-minute session, which would be a $20 value. So I'd be happy to give that away. I will right now just put the names, scroll over the names of the people in the chat, and we'll see where it lands. Okay, it looks like we got Sue Lucas. So Sue, in fact, I would love to let everybody know that Sue is going to be joining us. She just joined Feronia Wellness Organization, I think it was about a week ago, and she is going to be joining us for the Body, Mind, Spirit Power Hour on February 15th. So I'm excited to have you on the show, Sue, and I would love to gift you with a complimentary 10-minute session with me. So if you want to go to you can email me since I know you have my email address. So if you want to go to my email and send me a note, I'd be happy to set that up. We can either do it by phone, we can do it by email, or video chat, whatever works for you. But thanks so much for joining us today, and we will look forward to you being on the show in a couple weeks.
I'm so glad Sue has joined.
Yeah, me too. Welcome, Sue. In fact, Sue, if you could take a moment to enter your website into into the chat box, so anybody who's watching the show in the future will be able to see who you are and what your work is about, and know what to expect in the couple weeks when you're able to be on the show. So please share your website there.
This is great. Before we close today, Deborah, I just want to say, especially because this is recorded and will continue to go out, that Feronia Wellness Organization is so wonderful. I mean, I was a free member for years, like probably since the very beginning. And then as I was growing my business and looking for ways to reach out and offer more to people, I thought about Deborah and I thought, I'm going to, join this organization, pay money and be a part of it so that I could make more use of membership. And so anyone who's watching this, who's interested in body, mind, spirit, certainly could love being part of the community as a free member, but the business membership and the different levels are really fantastic. A lot of money is spent to have the webinar technology, the teleseminar, just maintaining the website and all of the stuff that Deborah has done herself for years. And it's just so wonderful, and we need to really support this by paying business memberships. If we have a healing arts type of business, please become a member and be on this show. I'm glad we're getting some guest members now, because we decided that people really, who wanted this type of exposure could be a part of it. And, by contributing to the life of the organization by becoming a business member, if you have a healing arts business, you'll have access to hundreds of dollars of technology, and teaching. Deborah is able to teach about how to use the technology, including social media. I am learning so much from Deborah about this. And so it's very well worth becoming a member and being able to promote your work, unless you don't want to grow your business, and then it probably wouldn't be useful. But I think if we have these businesses, this is a great forum for growing them, offering more service to others. So I encourage you to join. And thanks for being with us today.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you for all your wonderful words of support. And thank you to all of the viewers who have joined us today. And thank you to everyone who watches this video in the future. Thank you for, just being part of the network. So with that, I would just love to see you all again next weekend. So I hope that you can make it back again.
All right. Till then.